What's up, boys? It's your boy Soupy, and we are back. Huge update of the UTBT server mod by the legend himself, Mr. OwYeaW, the OwYeaW guy. He's done it again. He's pulled through with the biggest update we've seen on UTBT thus far. And I was going to try and fit this all into an announcement. It didn't fit, so I figured I'd make a video, show you guys all of the new features. So let's get this shit started. The first new feature that we've added in is called the waiting room. So now when you join a UTBT BunnyTrack server, you'll be placed into spectator until you have authenticated with the server. And once you have, you'll spawn into the map. This is to prevent the reconnect bug, which we had to block so people couldn't cap on their first cap. We will be removing that block shortly because this patches that. The next thing you might have noticed is the new timer up the top. To show you how this works, it starts out as gray, and as the time goes up and you get closer to the world record, it's going to go into green, then it's going to go into yellow, and then it's going to go into red once it's past the world record time. We're also now showing 3 decimal places. Before we were only showing 2 decimal places, so the timer is completely brand new. If you CP and respawn, your timer actually goes to purple, so you'll know when you're on a CP run or not. CPs have also been upgraded, so I'm going to place 1 CP here, I'm going to place 1 CP here, and I'm going to place 1 CP here. And I can now use last CP to go back to the previous one. I can use last CP to go back to the first one. You can buffer up 3 of these, and you can also then type next CP and go all the way back to where you started. So you can toggle through 3 different checkpoints. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we upgraded the mesh as well of the CP. It's no longer the flag, but it's actually you. Also, one other feature, the timer, when you die now, it'll actually stop on the time that you died. It won't reset to 0. So now you can see what time you died on and maybe what time you would have had. Another cool thing with checkpoints is I've placed one here. I'm going to vote another map on. And then I'm going to go back to the previous map, and you'll see that I'm going to spawn exactly where I left off last time. One final checkpoint related feature that I forgot to show you. Go into spectator and fly to anywhere you want on the map. Hit your checkpoint bind or type checkpoint, and you will spawn exactly where you flew to. Did you think I was done with checkpoints? Type !BT in your console, head to the checkpoints tab on the BunnyTrack settings, and you're going to have a bunch of different options here. First one, instant respawn checkpoints. If you tick this, when you suicide, you'll respawn instantly. What else? Delete checkpoints on cap. So if you get that cap in, you'll now spawn at the start. Then we have 6 options: velocity, jump boots, health, armor, flag, and dodge status. If any of these are ticked, when you respawn, you will maintain the velocity or the number of jump boots or the health that you had or the armor that you had, or if you had the flag, or if you were dodging, you will maintain that state if this is checked on. If it's checked off, you'll basically just stand still. You'll spawn with 100 HP, no jump boots, etc. The easiest way I can show you this is I'm going to enable velocity, and I'm going to enable dodge status, and I'm going to dodge into the slime, set a CP, and now when I respawn, you'll see that I'm maintaining that same momentum that I had when I set the checkpoint. We've also upgraded the F1 scoreboard. For each player, you'll now be able to see their personal best and their Discord name. We've also added in 3 decimal points to the timer, so you'll be able to see everyone's accurate time. In the middle, you'll see that we've also added in the world record or the verified UTBT record in the center. And if you're a spectator, on the top right, you'll see that your in-game name will be in green and your Discord name will be in gray. Now let's take a look at all the other features in the BunnyTrack settings menu, !BT to get here. Auto demo recording, if this is ticked, every time you cap, the demo of the run will be saved in your system folder. Anti-boost is anti-boost. Speedometer, you can have a horizontal, vertical, both, or no speedometer. Transparent players, whether you want to be transparent or others. Block scoreboard pop-up. When that's ticked, when you die, the scoreboard will not flash up on your screen. If it's If it's enabled, then when you die, eventually the scoreboard will pop up. Stable death camera. If this is enabled, then when you die, your camera will remain where you died. The regular implementation is that it will follow you where you go when you die. For you sickos out there, we have spawn in behind view and behind view crosshair. So if you tick these, then when you respawn, you'll be in behind view 1. I don't know why you'd want to play like this, but well, it's your choice. Show player starts will show all the spawns in the map, denoted by these pawns. If you turn this off, it'll turn off the pawn. That way you can see where the best spawn in the map is. And finally, in the general tab, we have some options to show the world record, show your personal best, show your cap history as well, and how many caps in the history you want to see. These will all stack on the left-hand side here of your screen. In the spectator tab, we have a new feature here, which is auto spectate on game start. So if you're watching someone or you're spectating, you can just select any player, and when the player changes map, then when you reconnect to the server, it'll automatically spectate them when the match begins. Oh, and another feature, we have Ghost Spectator here. So if you click this, then you can use the CP trick to get to anywhere you want on any map. One of the more amazing features that we've added in this time around is zone times. Zone times are basically all of the different times set by players on UTBT servers and their checkpoint splits as they go in and out of zones on maps. Here on this map, we can see that Nightwolf has a 24386, Bunny 24467, and these are all the caps on UTBT. We can select whether we want to race against nothing, whether we want to race against our own PB, the best time possible, or a selected record. So if we want to select a record, let's say we want to race against Bunny, we click his name, load selected, and now when we play the map, you'll see that when I take a dip in the slime here, I'm 5/10 behind Bunny already. How depressing. My recommendation here is to select best unverified record. If you want to always go against the world record, it would load it up every time. If you want to be picky, go against select a record, or if you want to race against yourself, just go for your own PB. See if you can beat your own splits. There's multiple ways that you can display how your splits are shown. You have center screen, which will show it on the center of your screen briefly, and then disappear. You've got beneath timer, which will do it underneath your timer, and it will stay there for basically an indefinite period of time. Or if you're feeling ballsy, you can do both. And if you do both, it'll show up both under the timer and also in the middle of the screen. Please note that you'll have to play on the team that the splits that you loaded are playing on as well. So if Nightwolf is on red and you want to play against Nightwolf, you have to play on red for the splits to work. Another huge feature requested was in the messages tab. You now have the ability to either mute chat messages or keep it unmuted. Same for client messages, death messages, join messages, announcer and HUD messages, and you can also specify how long you'd like to see each message on the screen for. We've got some insane new features, and we can't wait to have you guys back on the UTBT servers for Summer Rush 2023. The map list is here inside of our map vote. Go get on these maps. These are all beautiful, hand-picked maps by your boy Soupy. Looking forward to seeing you guys rushing, streaming, just fucking grinding the shit out of this. But for me, that's it right now. Go enjoy the mod, boys. Go have fun. Soupy kisses. And a Soupy wave, even though you can't see me. And take care, guys. Good luck in Summer Rush 2023.